Hey everyone, happy new moon in Cancer. Honestly, for me, this feels like a complete rebirth after everything that we've been dealing with for the past 6 weeks, 6 months, year and a half. It feels like finally the tides are shifting in our favor because we've endured a lot. For that reason, and my love of Cancers, they're my favorite sign on any given day. I wanted to make this workshop purely donation based. So, whatever you feel called to donate for this workshop, the link for our PayPal is in the description. All donations are always extremely appreciated. If we're talking about the energy of Cancer, we're talking about that beautiful cardinal water, mothering, motherhood, nurturing ourselves, our body, the people that we love. These are all going to be major themes that I want you all to think about, especially if you kind of think back over your entire life, but especially the past year and a half. Where do you need more love? For yourself, for your body, for your business, for your lovers. This is going to help you get through the next 6 months with very clear energetic boundaries. And I'm not sure about you, but over the past 10 days, it has been wild with Mars in Leo squaring Uranus and Taurus and opposing Saturn in Aquarius. Never mind all the eclipses and retrogrades that we went through in June. So I wanted to share all of the transits really quick because I know a lot of you are also studying astrology on your own and having the visual resource to kind of see where everything is going on. So we have this new moon in Cancer today, which is Friday, July 9th. 9:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when that moon is exactly conjunct the sun. And we can see as well, they're making a trine to Neptune, an applied trine. It is a bit of a wide trine, given that we have it at 18 degrees, but still the moon moves very quickly. So there might even be temptation right now to slip in to old patterns, to old addictions, to old lovers, to old friends, because there's so much that's shifting right now. There's so much that's going on. Like I said, a complete rebirth. And with we can even see Pluto is still retrograde in Capricorn and the moon is going to be directly opposing it very soon. You might feel like there's so much going on and you've worked so hard and you're wondering when the payoff is going to happen, when all of your hard work is going to be presented to you. Trust me, I get it. We're going to get into that as well. But I know that I wanted to point out that we finally have Mars moving away from that opposition with Saturn. Even if we look to 1 week ago, we had Mars directly opposing Saturn. We had the Saturn Uranus square, and we also had Mars opposing Uranus. So there was a lot going on. Uranus is a planet of unexpected change and surprise. Mars wants to amplify things, it wants to wrap things up, get through it very quickly. But Saturn wants to slow things down and be conservative and be more methodical with its approach. And so, even just knowing where these planets are in your chart, for this example, if you're a Capricorn rising, Uranus would be in your fifth house of creativity and pleasure, and Saturn and Mars would be in your money and resource houses. I know for me personally, I am a Capricorn rising, and my love life, it was like all over. And it was kind of wild. And with Uranus in that fifth house where you can find pleasure and romance, it was a lot. And so I want you all to think about this as well, because we're going to get another hit of that Saturn Uranus square, which is a very through line for 2021. It's going to happen again near the end of December, around Christmas, December 23rd and 24th. So, what was happening for you during that first week of July? What things fell on your lap, or what things felt like they were being taken away, or just all this energy of like you couldn't control it? With Saturn, there is that direct link with commitment, hard work, tenacity, very much linked with the father. And so when Uranus is in the mix there, especially squaring Saturn, where are you feeling challenged? What commitments, what contracts, what dedication of time and energy are feeling the heat, feeling some friction, like they're no longer working? I know I've heard from a lot of clients that they're rethinking their relationships, their marriage, their businesses. And that would be very much linked with that Mars opposing Saturn. Mars wants to blaze through, Saturn wants to slow down. Thankfully, now we have Venus there to help a little bit. And like I said, things are getting a lot easier also because Mercury is finally out of those post retrograde shadows. So we made it significantly. And in 2 days, Mercury will be entering Cancer, which will amplify this water energy. And once it enters Cancer on July 11th, it'll be making a trine to Jupiter. So I want you to take the weekend to intuitively feel what's coming up for you, where you need more love and nurturing, where you might be getting approached by old lovers, old friends, old contracts, and they're wanting to siphon or take down your energy because they can feel energetically that you are elevating, that you're leveling up. That transit with Mercury being in Cancer is going to go by very quickly because now that Mercury is back at full strength, it'll zoom through there within a couple weeks. So really take advantage of a heightened intuition, especially given the days following this new moon in Cancer. And Jupiter will retrograde back into Aquarius on July 28th. So there's going to be a lot shifting over the next few weeks with all the planetary alignments. So we made it. We survived. The past, like I said, 2 weeks were very intense with that Mars opposing Saturn. And just like how last year, 2020, a lot of the cardinal signs were going through a lot, given that Saturn was retrograde in Capricorn, conjunct Pluto, and then we had Jupiter there, and then we had Mars retrograde in Aries. So for those of you who had a lot of cardinal energy in your chart, Capricorn, Aries, Libra, or Cancer, you probably felt like you were going through a lot. 2021 is now focusing on the fixed signs, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius, like we saw with that Mars opposing Saturn in fixed signs. For those of you who have dominant energy in those signs, it probably felt like a lot, or things weren't going your way, or just it was like one step forward, 10 steps back. I completely understand. Personally, I moved into a new space. There was all these things tax-wise that fell in my lap that I had to deal with that I was pretty confident that I had sorted, and just a lot of research and a lot of time. And personally speaking, the past few days, I've simply gotten through it due to carbs and Sex in the City. And it's just further proof that sometimes you need to be your own mother. You need to know how to nurture yourself, because some of us don't have the best relationship with our mother, or our mother is not even here with us anymore. And so we always need that time to come back to ourselves. And this phrase gets talked about a lot in spirituality, but it is that relationship with your inner child. Where were you not loved or given praised or feeling safe when you were younger? Because a lot of those triggers and trauma responses are going to be coming through as you get older, start a business, start a family. And if you don't know how to cope with that, and you don't know how to give that love and support to yourself, you're always going to be seeking outside validation in order to receive those things. So I know for me, going to certain TV shows or movies, or just sleeping to give my body that energy that it needs is paramount. Especially if you have a lot of water energy in your chart, you probably attract a lot of people coming to you for emotional support. So you're pouring a little bit over here, you're pouring a little bit over there, and eventually your cup is empty. Everyone else feels great, but then you feel drained. And so I always tell clients, especially with prominent water energy, Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces, to make sure that their cup is overflowing. Once their cup is full, overflowing, then they can pour into other people. But until then, you need to make sure that you're really staying grounded in these energies. And I think with the moon also representing our body, our feminine energy, our emotions, and we are in Cancer season, the moon is in her home sign of Cancer. What new structures, what new routines, what new habits do you want to put into place now? So when we get to the end of the year, when Jupiter will move back into Pisces, when all of these beautiful, loving, and creative energies that are full force again, what structures are you going to have that will support you? I often give this comparison as well. Even if you just increase the quality of your life by 1% every month over the course of a year, that would be 12% that your life would elevate. Now, if you increase that to 1% every week, at the end of the year, your life would be 52% better. And that is where that Saturn, in a Saturn ruled sign, Aquarius, is here to teach us how can we change our mindsets, our words, our relationships, so that we can get to a place where everything across the board is so much more elevated, that we're not going back to old levers, to old jobs, to old mindsets that are not serving us, that we keep pouring into other people because we want that validation or attention, even though we know that we have nothing to give, which leads to constant burnout and frustration, and then that pity or that anger that things aren't going our way. Well, we're not honoring ourselves. We're not honoring our bodies. We're not honoring our intuition. When we know something isn't right, we know. But so many times we've been told or programmed to believe that certain ideals, jobs, finances, or people are good for us when we know deep down that they're not. And so that's how we want to shift and use this energy, this beautiful new moon in Cancer energy, to our benefit. And like I said, when Mercury moves into Cancer, that intuition is going to be even more heightened. So I want you to really play with that and see what's coming through. And I know just from the past 2 weeks, what I've seen on my end with clients, like I said before, a lot of them are wanting to release new content, to start a business or to start another business, or to really welcome in this grand love, but they stop themselves short. They say, what if I'm not good enough? What if no one buys my services? What if, what if, what if? And so if you're feeling that, noting where those beliefs came from, what did those serve you? And even what came of those beliefs from your parents when you were growing up? That maybe you were told you're never going to be good enough. No one's going to love you. No one thinks that you're worthy of this. And that's what I'm saying, is that we have to mother ourselves now, that we get to be the mother, the father, the universe to ourselves, to ensure that these new mindsets are going to be stronger and stronger, and that we are the recipient of greater love moving forward. Okay. Because there has been a lot going on. And like I said, in June, we had those eclipses happening. We had Mercury retrograde to allow us to slow down, to see where our thoughts and our words and our beliefs have not been serving us. So what have you learned over the past 6 weeks? What have you learned over the past 6 months? And what have you learned over the past year and a half? And if you still feel like you're stuck or that things aren't working, it's time just to come back to those fundamentals and to tune in into your body, your mind, your soul, to see what you are needing at this time. And I promise you, we have made it through some of the most difficult transits of this year. And to give yourself some extra love, especially if you are a fixed sign or have dominant fixed sign energy in your chart, because this year isn't meant to destroy you or to break you. It's meant for all of this new energy to come in to elevate you. But sometimes, and I feel like this truly isn't talked about a lot, no matter what level you're at any stage of your life, there's always going to be that fear and that hesitation. I know personally for me, in business, in work, in love, no matter what I'm doing, when you know you're about to reach that next level, it's like your body wants to shut down. I get so exhausted. I sleep nonstop. I'm hungry all the time. I feel like I want to stop myself. And that's always just the ego wanting to keep you safe. But once you know that it's just a defense mechanism, and I know it doesn't sound right, but when you have all those feelings of doubt and fear, it means you're doing something right, because you're so close to that next level. And sometimes so close in terms of a timeline is 6 months or a year away. I don't want to trick or deceive anyone to think that's going to happen tomorrow. It can, But oftentimes we need to be diligent and keep putting in that hard work and that tenacity and making sacrifices and saying no to certain energies that we know doesn't serve us. And it can be lonely. It can be super frustrating. It can take a lot of time and money. But when you know, you know. And when you are feeling exhausted and burnt out, where have you not been taking care of yourself? Where do you need to invest more time, energy, and love into yourself and that relationship with yourself and your inner child, so you can start switching the narrative and the energies that you're attracting? Okay. Trust me, once you can play with these rhythms, you can play with the planets, and you can play with these lunations, everything gets a lot easier, for sure. It doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. And even as an astrologer, I can look at these transits and be like, okay, I'm ready, I'm prepared. And then you're just like, wow, like sometimes you just don't know. And then you can turn to whatever your creature comforts are. And sometimes this needs to be said as well, that we will work 5, 6 days of the week and give ourselves one day off. That doesn't make any sense. When, let's say, a new child is born, usually the mother will take 9 months, a year off to nurture that child, to make sure that it is healthy and cared for and loved. When you are starting a new business, when you are starting a new relationship, how often do we give that much time and love to that child? I'm sure any business owner can attest that their business is like a child, and you are constantly feeding it and nurturing it and giving it love at all hours of the day. It doesn't stop. And then for some of you, you literally also have physical children on top of your business, and then you have your friends, and then you have your partner, and then you have your community. It's a lot. When are you giving time to yourself? When you're giving that love to yourself? If you're working 5, 6 days a week, addressing everyone else's needs, of course you're going to get burnt out. Of course that chalice is going to be empty. We need to start reworking our mind to taking 3, 4 days off to rest, to honor our value and our work so we can charge more and thus have the means to rest, to be in fellowship, to be with the people that we love and get recharged. We're not meant to just work, burn out, and repeat. That's insane. Your body will continually hold on to that. My mother always said, which always stuck with me, your body will never forget. You can never catch up on sleep. Your body always knows. Like when you get a cold sore, or when you get sick, or when things just happen, your body is trying to warn you, hey, can we just get some rest? Can we just take a half day off just so we can get back? Just so we have enough energy to make it through the next day, the next week. And this is what I was saying before, that as you level up energetically, people can tell. Oftentimes it's because people post their entire lives on social media, including when they're in a relationship or get a promotion or move to a new home, which there's nothing wrong with. But then you're literally telling people, I'm leveling up, living my best life. And certain people will want a piece of that pie. They want to have a piece of your energy. They want to know how you did it. You're opening yourself up to a lot of energy. So of course, be proud of your accomplishments, but really assess how you want to share that news, whether it's with the close people that you love and trust, or if you want to open yourself up energetically to a lot of trolls and a lot of haters. And if you are going to share all this beautiful news, make sure that you're protecting yourself accordingly and always concealing yourself, or just envision yourself surrounded by white light or golden light every single day, just like how you would stretch before and after a very intense workout. You want to make sure that you're stretching spiritually and energetically to protect your energy. Okay. It's just something that the more you get used to, the more you end up really benefiting long term. It's just like if you were to do a little bit of stretching every day, the chance of you getting a physical injury are a lot less. Same thing with your mind, meditation, breath work, journaling, same thing spiritually. It all works together. And again, this plays beautifully because the moon does represent our body. Cancer. It's just so beautiful. So personally, I would really assess where you are right now. Where are you with your inner child? Where are you in terms of your own body and soul? How much rest are you getting? Are you getting burnt out? Are you frustrated that things aren't working? You can go back to the relationship with your inner child. What does that relationship need right now to strengthen the foundation of where you are currently? And then moving forward, what new structures, what new habits, what new routines are going to benefit you? Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. I always say I love Cancers, but I love Cancers more who have strong boundaries, because it is the mother to the divine feminine. It's cardinal water energy. It's like the well that literally supplies all the life-saving water to the village. If that well gets contaminated, people are out of luck. If you piss off the mother, if you piss off a Cancer, you will know. No one, ding, exactly. No one will be happy about that. One of my favorite memes regarding Cancers, it's like the crab with the one pincer and the gun. It's like when you piss off a Cancer, you don't want to do it. So why would you want to anger yourself, your divine feminine, your own body, by feeding it and surrounding it with energy that doesn't serve you? You're just consistently in this cycle that is going to continue until you can break yourself out of it with new structures, with new belief systems, with both. And I think really addressing all of your relationships like they are literal children or beautiful relationships that need to be nurtured will really help to assess, where am I giving time to myself when I'm consistently pouring into my business, my friends, my lovers, my family, especially when we're working 5-6 days a week? How much time are you giving and nurturing yourself? And if it's not at least one full day a week, that has to change. And some people can think of it as doing nothing or just things that bring you joy, and bare minimum, getting enough sleep. I would recommend at least 2 full days a week where you're honoring yourself, whatever that means. It doesn't mean that you have to be watching Netflix. It can mean that you're just going for a walk, making your favorite meal, stocking the fridge with groceries to make sure that you have the stamina and the energy to continue, whatever that means for you. Really setting aside the time this weekend with this new moon in Cancer, and then with Mercury ingressing into Cancer on Sunday, July 11th, it's just a really beautiful time to honor yourself. If you have your own tarot cards or oracle cards, pulling some so that you can really know what you need to do moving forward, especially with regards to the divine feminine, with love and our body. Okay. It was also very interesting when I pulled tarot cards, because the cards that I pulled, we have the Lovers with the Queen of Swords and then the World. And I mean, what have we just been talking about? We have the Lovers, things that we love, including ourselves, and new love in terms of career opportunity, money, and physical lovers. But that Queen of Swords is like, we need to make sure these boundaries are intact. We need to draw the line in the sand. We need to make sure that our actions align with our words and our thoughts, and that we're not hypocrites and going back on what we know we deserve. And then the World, another major arcana, is showing us that we are wrapping up cycles. Literally, like I said, the past 6 weeks have been wild. We've made it. We're starting a brand new 6-month cycle with this new moon in Cancer. And what's interesting is that the card on the bottom, the 2 cards on the bottom of the deck, we have 2 major arcana. So we have the Hermit with the Devil card. So some of you need to really take that time to reflect inward, to assess what thoughts, what energetic contracts, what people are binding you down, are keeping you small and not allowing you to enter in to beautiful union with things that you love. And I mean, we pulled 5 cards, or we pulled 3 and then looked at the 2 bottom cards. 4 out of 5 are major arcana. Like I said, this new moon is not playing. So with that in mind, we're going to move to the meditation, which also will bring forth some energies, and your psyche will reveal to you what energies you can be moving through with more dominantly. Okay, so take your time to find a comfortable position. You can pause the video, grab some water, light a candle, or light some incense if you want, and then when you're ready, we shall begin. Okay, so I invite you now to close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale. Another deep breath in and exhale. One more deep breath in and hold. 2, 3, 4, and exhale. I would like you now to envision yourself in the ocean. You can feel the sun on your face and on your hair. The water is so still and beautiful against your chest and your stomach. And you can see that you're standing on these beautiful pink crystals. The water is turquoise and so clear that you can see the fish swimming around you. And you notice that these pink crystals are very warm, as if they're supporting and grounding you right now. You can clearly tell that it's rose quartz. And I want you now to just release any stress, any tension, any judgment that you've been holding on to from the day or from the week, and just allow that energy to dissipate, allowing the water to purify you, moving all the way from your head, down your face and your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your chest, your hands, your torso, your hips, your legs, your ankles, your feet, just releasing all tension. Let the water completely pull this energy away from you. And you can absorb the energy from these beautiful rose quartz crystals and just allow this beautiful white light to fill your body, to allow your body to be a clear vessel moving forward. And now I want you to put your hands on your stomach. You know at this point in your life that something new is about to come through, as if you're birthing something into this timeline, into this reality. And I just want you to feel what's coming through that part of your body from this root, sacral, and solar plexus. What are you creating? What are you bringing forth? What new energy is coming through at this time? Some of you might literally becoming pregnant with a beautiful child. Some of you may be birthing a new business or more income streams, different products or services that people are so excited to have, and they want to just throw money at you and to praise you for all your hard work. Some of you might be welcoming in a new lover or a relationship, and that brings you so much excitement and joy for all the sacrifice and the dedication you put into yourself. And some of you might just be welcoming in greater love for yourself, for your body, and for your home. Now, looking in front of you, you can see a little child laughing, smiling. And you notice that it's you. Your inner child is right in front of you. And I just want you wading in the water in front of your inner child, What does that inner child need from you right now? Allow your inner child to speak to you. It may start to cry. It may start to laugh or point to a certain part of your body or reveal a symbol for you to identify with. Just allow yourself to receive the message here at this time. Beautiful. Now give that inner child a big hug, saying, I love you. I will always love you. And I'm here to protect you and make you happy. Strengthening that bond, knowing that when your inner child needs something, when it needs nourishment, when it needs a little bit of extra love, that cry for attention is very clearly heard and not lost in the mundane noise of our world, strengthening this connection. Now, taking the hand of your inner child, I want you to walk up to the beach. And you're going to see a beautiful sandcastle being built. You may even see your guides, your guardian angels, spirit animals, all there on the beach waiting for you. And if there's anything that you want to contribute to this sandcastle, or words, affirmations, or goals that you want to write into the sand as if you are imprinting these desires into your heart, I invite you to do so now. And before you, this sandcastle is going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. It's going to reveal itself to you as your dream home with your dream family inside. I want you to come to the front door, open it, and walk through and take in all of this beautiful energy, this love, this timeline. Allowing your loved ones and your friends and your family to embrace you, to hold you, to give you that support, to give you that nourishment that you need right now. And take note of anything that you're meant to see, feel, and experience right now. There may be a message on the fridge or a symbol that you see in a painting in your home. Be aware of these signs and energies that are coming to you right now. Beautiful. Now I want you to exit that house. You're back at the beach right now. It's nighttime. If you look up to the sky, you can see millions of stars all twinkling down at you. There with your inner child, sitting on the sand on the beach, the waves crashing up on the shore. Allow yourself to receive any last downloads, any intuitive messages, any words of love that you're meant to receive at this time. Now slowly come back to your body. becoming aware of where you are in your home, wiggling your fingers and your toes. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Okay, so I wanted to do that meditation to really further tap into your intuition, to connect with your inner child, and to see what literally you're birthing, what new start is on the horizon. And especially with Cancerian energy being linked to the home, to the body, and to family, really seeing what's coming through, as I truly believe all of these timelines are currently happening at the exact same time, from past lives to future timelines. And we're also constantly creating and destroying timelines based on our decisions. So if you saw that beautiful home with certain energies, that timeline's already available to you. With you continually doing this work, setting the proper boundaries and knowing exactly what those intuitive messages are pulling you forward, you get to collapse these timelines, and those quantum leaps get to happen more frequently, faster and faster and faster. Okay. So I'm going to have some journal prompts in the description of this video. If you want to journal out, I would really recommend to jot down at least what those affirmations that you wrote in the sand, feeling what was coming through when you were in the water, and any messages that came through from your inner child, as those are going to be beautiful places to start. And then you can grow and build from there. Okay. Thank you all so much for joining, for watching, for all of your love and support. Please enjoy this new moon, especially when Mercury enters Cancer on Sunday. It's going to be a lot of beautiful energy that's going to be coming through. And I shall see you shortly for the full moon in Aquarius, okay?